Hello, my name is Kennedy Moore, and today I will be talking about family caregiving. Now, the title of this speech is Love and Support. It's not just for the ill. I'd like to open up with a question of what would you do if someone you loved had fallen ill? Now, the natural response would be to rush to that person's side and to do everything possible to care for that loved one until they are back in optimal health. At some point in everyone's life, there will be, or there has been someone that they loved that has fallen ill. Now, as important as it is to care for that loved one and to be the caregiver and to give them the love and support that they need, it is also just as important as the caregiver to receive that same love and support so that you may be able to care for the loved one who has fallen ill now. Now, I have looked through the annals of family medicine, and I stumbled across an article entitled Return, for Good this Time, to Practicing Medicine in the Context of Families and Communities. And I've also researched in the book Communicating About Health, Current Issues and Perspectives by Athena Dupree. I'd like to express the needs of family caregivers, which include but are not limited to love, support, assistance, and education. I'd like to talk about the factors that comprise a family caregiver, the need for supportive communication, and the importance of family medicine and primary care. Now, the first thing I'd like to discuss is what comprises a family caregiver. 49% of all family caregivers ages range from 40 to 59, with the average age being 49. 66% of these family caregivers are women. The typical day of a family caregiver begins at 6:30 a.m. and does not end until 12 a.m. that night. Now, it says that 30% of caregivers, as expressed in this chart, say they spend an average of 10 to 39 hours a week caring for their loved ones, and another 30% spend well over 100 hours per week caring for their loved one. Now that I have discussed the factors that comprise the average caregiver, I'd like to talk about the need for supportive communication. It can be difficult to balance life as it is with work and family and children and upkeeping of the home. And adding an ailing loved one can be very overwhelming and cause a lot of tension in the house and on the person. Studies show that 60% have difficulty paying for the basic needs of the household, and 43% are experiencing cutbacks in wages. Now, with all of these factors going on in a caregiver's life, it is easy to become so consumed and easily to become so overwhelmed. But studies are showing that high communication competence can equal less stress and more satisfaction of the situation and of their overall health. This means that caregivers need to take time for themselves for assistance, relaxation, and education. Because of the growing need for family caregivers, family medicine and primary care are now playing an active role in helping out the caregivers themselves. Family factors can be overwhelmingly important in the topic of health. Family medicine and primary care are in flux, and there is an increasing need for family physicians to practice medicine with the family as a whole. They're beginning to integrate behavioral health into a new method entitled medical family therapy. The idea of medical family therapy is to deal with the stress of the family and the illness of the patient. This is designed to improve individual, family, and population's health overall, while making it affordable at the same time. In conclusion, I'd like to say that caregivers are humans too. They are not Superman, they are not invincible, and they need comfort and support just as much as the fallen loved ones do. The average caregiver is middle-aged and has a life outside of caring for that loved one that should not have to be put on hold. This is why family medicine is implementing these new methods to deal with the stress of the family and the illness of the patient by having supportive communication and relaxation for the caregivers. Love and support are well deserved for caregivers and not just the ones that they care for. And it's important that this is discussed and this is implemented so that caregivers and the loved ones that they care for can both reach optimal health in an efficient and timely manner. I'd like to end off with, have you ever cared for a loved one? And if so, did you receive the help and support that you needed? Once again, my name is Kennedy Moore. I have discussed family caregiving. Thank you.